So I would like to introduce you to Dungeon-MasteR on our favorite map, Fields of Normandy, which we tend to see a lot of these guys go pretty ham pretty quick. This is a player, as usual, who is, as the title would suggest, at least on this, is egregiously good at the game. Although egregiously good is kind of a, let's just say it's an understatement when you have someone with this many premiums who's still active in the game, still actively cheating, and still being a complete D-bag to anyone around him. He's an Imperial Mouse, if anybody knows them. You have an active cheater in your squadron. This was a player, as usual, brought up in comments, as always. Appreciate all comments given to me. I do have, if people have asked me, I do have a Discord. It is a very privatized Discord, so I do not respond very often to it. But if you need to send me some sort of proof of something, like an image or whatever, I do give that out occasionally. It's in some of my comments, and you'll see here, this is what we're looking at again. The thing is, I clearly have people who don't like me. I have heard from a couple people from other Discords that there are just generally people that are, I guess I'm living in their head rent-free. I don't know who is annoyed at me, or besides the fact that it's the general cheater populace that don't like me. Although I had a guy, so the post that I made the other day was me responding to someone who got banned on the forums. Now, granted, as far as I know, the ban wave that occurred yesterday, which is the 3rd of July, is something that apparently there's a lot of false flags flying. Somebody that was in another Discord I know was banned, and then he reported on it, and he was unbanned like a couple hours later. The theory that he's giving me is that Gaijin accidentally banned a bunch of people with sound mods, which would be hilarious considering they just re-enabled them, and they are still not working with sound mods. Even though a lot of people that are using sound mods right now, like I'm about to do, only are doing it because Gaijin keeps changing the sounds in ground forces and air forces that don't need to be changed. 50 cals sound horrible compared to what they did, especially on aircraft. On vehicles, they sound fine, but on aircraft, they sound horrendous. Like, that's not how 50 cals sound on aircraft. You can see historical, like, footage of how they sound. And if they still sound terrible, they keep changing them every patch or every other patch, and it doesn't need to be changed. So I'm about to go to Epic Thunder because I like the way sounds are in this game, and it doesn't help if the game just sounds like garbage the entire time. So that's my whole thing. As for people that want to get in contact with me, as always, my comments are my best way to get in contact with me. At the moment, I have a few places that I talk to. I currently am just in general talking to a lot of people on my Discord. In my chats I actually hang out in a couple of these Discords. In terms of actually playing, I do play on Oddboz's Discord quite a lot, because the community channel on there is actually pretty good, because it's not something that, like, it's something that I think everyone should play. Like, I do a lot of I just do squad battles all the time, and it's fun to play squad battles, because otherwise it's extremely boring to play by yourself. I don't like playing by myself if I can help it, and I really think it's more beneficial if you play with other people. And honestly, just meeting random people for fun is the way you can do it. I am actually thinking about starting an alternate channel just for my own content. I discovered a guy recently named Polarfoosh, I think. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Super nice guy. I'll put his channel in the comments in the description below, because I actually really like his content. He's got like those, you know, random subtitles. He's got goofy editing. He very much reminds me of like a Spookston style, like meme channel, whatever. That actually, I feel like, cares about the videos he puts out. So that's another channel I've been enjoying recently, alongside my current normals. But as you can see, this battle's pretty much over. Like I said in the last video, Gaijin has effectively destroyed top tier ground. There's a certain level of stupidity you have to do to claim you're not adding top-tier premiums to the game, and then add, effectively, what are top-tier premiums, 11.3 premiums, and then say, oh, they're not bad at all. It's just totally being balanced. And there's a forum post that exists right now where Gaijin was talking about how suggestions for game balance, and like the majority of people that I've seen put in that post are the fact that Gaijin needs to reduce the BR spread for vehicles, and it would make so much more sense for Gaijin to balance the spawning based on, my god, balance spawning if you did like a 0.7 spread. Because there are certain vehicles that don't belong at, 11.3 or 11.7, but there's certain vehicles that don't belong to fight against, a certain spread of vehicles. And it's the thing where the decompression would work if the decompression would work if we had either a decompression that matched air, ground into air, because air is at like 13.0 right now, and we're still at 11.7 in ground, and reducing the spread. Even though Gaijin claims it would increase matchmaking time, but they've never tested it. So the theory is that it would affect matchmaking times, except we don't know what that data would look like because Gaijin have never posted that data. So if they did, then maybe it would be better, but until Gaijin physically tests it, we have no clue. And they wouldn't be that hard to do. Hey, you're testing the smaller battles right now, so we could test smaller. You could test smaller battles. But also, hey, you can test smaller battles while doing smaller queues. It wouldn't be that hard. So that's my spiel for today, and I think that Gaijin should consider it, because your game is kind of plateaued, and I think it's not going to get any better from here unless something changes. So, as always, this game is over. I hope you have a good rest of your morning, day, evening, or night, and a good holiday, and have a good one.